Hey folks, let's talk about timers. Now, if you're training the way that I'm talking about training, where there's a speed component as well as an accuracy component, you're going to want a shot timer. These are very, very useful. Of course, when you're shooting live, it's going to pick up the sound of the gunshot and it's going to let you know how long it takes you to do the things. I view this as half my score. So, this is half of my assessment is where did the bullets go? The other half is how long did it take to put them there? So, of course, you're going to need a timer. Now, I used these competition electronics Pocket Pros for years, but I got tired of them breaking, and really the last straw was they sent me one that was defective, and it's like I take it out of the box, it falls apart, and I was like, what are they? I guess they didn't screw it together or whatever. I don't know. And then they denied the warranty claim. They're like, no, like you got to pay us to repair it. And it was just like out of self-respect, I had to stop buying these things. I'm glad I did because those things always fell apart. So now, if you see me in class, you're probably going to see me holding this. This is a Kestrel timer. Now I have 3 or 4 of these in total. I've got a few of these now. They're expensive. That's kind of the big downside, but they're good. Like they're rugged, reliable, very adjustable in terms of the volume of the beep, par times, all that stuff. I should note I don't use any of the Bluetooth functionality. That's not something I really care about or even assess. I'm not sure that this works Bluetooth with practice score yet. I think it just does the updates on Bluetooth. I'm not really sure. Talk to somebody else about the Bluetooth, but I like this timer. It is very good for classes just because of the volume of the beeper. Um, and I don't think that rain's going to kill it. So it's because I've had mine out in the rain, and rain is very bad for the Pocket Pros, but I think it's been okay for the Kestrel. Anyway, got a new timer to test, and that is these Shooters Global Go timers. Now, Shooters Global sent with these are very nice guys. They're very responsive to people's feedback. They sent me their previous model of timer, which I really didn't like. It does a lot of Bluetooth stuff that people think is interesting, but to me, the beeper volume was way too quiet. I didn't like the two-piece design of it. Blah blah blah. I mean, it wasn't for me. I just didn't like it. Now these timers are better, I think. Now, the first thing I should say is these are way cheaper than the Kestrel, half the price. Very simple in terms of directions. You know, there's a Bluetooth functionality as well. They do a lot of things. What I like about them, like I said, they're simple. So you can kind of set it up the way you want to with just the options in the box. I've got this one that kind of goes on a necklace, I guess, a little lanyard configuration. So that's pretty good. I like this setup a little bit better. Here I've installed the provided clip, so I'll just clip it onto my belt. Now, again, what I like about this is the simplicity. I hit one button. There we go. Beep, beep, beep. Nice loud beep. Picks up the gunshots. Then I look down. How long did that thing take? Look down at my belt. Bingo, bango. It's all done. So I like this. It's small. It's not going to bother me being on my belt. You can tell just compared to the size of and weight of the Kestrel. Like the Kestrel is way more substantial. So it seems to me like just for individual training at the range, this may well be my go-to. I've tested it; it's been working, so it may well be good. Now, there's one thing on here that I really don't like, or it's not that I don't like it. I don't really use it for classes, and that's it's got an internal rechargeable battery. Now it comes with a USB-C plug-in, so you can charge it. Like that's not really the problem. But for doing professional courses, like I'm not going to sit around and wait for this to charge. Instead, I would just swap out the batteries on a Kestrel, or previously I would use the Pocket Pro. So I probably wouldn't use it for courses, but for training, I really like the weight of it. I really like the simplicity of it. I really like the size of it. And I like the optionality where I can kind of there's other ways to configure this too. They've got another like you can hook something around your belt and then just pop this thing on. It's hard to describe, but there's other options for how to set this up and carry it. So you could have your buddy carry this one around, just pass it off, wear it as a necklace and run each other, or you could clip it to your belt, run yourself, and you know, it's pretty nice. So I haven't even explored all of the features of this timer yet. I appreciate them sending it to me, but as I look at it, it's a big improvement over the previous model. The price is right. It's way more right. Looking here at let's look at Amazon. Let's look at Amazon at the timers. SG Global Timer. I think these go for 150 on Amazon. Yeah. So the other one that I didn't like as much, the more complicated one, the two-piece one, was $300 from Shooters Global. And again, that one's just not for me. But the little one I've got here, it's $150. Um, that's a much better price. To comparatively, you could compare that to the older, like they've got the packed timers. I mean, this design is 30 years old, uses 9-volt batteries, and that's $130. So from like a price, like a value perspective, and just from a training perspective, the newer SG timer, the Shooters Global Go timer, seems way more interesting to me. I'm curious your experiences on these timers and other ones. Um, Go ahead, put that down in the comments. I mean, I do think the Kestrel's like the Cadillac option. I like it a lot. Other instructors have said the same thing. Like, yeah, I don't even really like the timer so much, but just the volume of the beep. It's like I want to get that one. The volume of the beep and how rugged it is, and it uses lithium 123, so it's got lots of juice. There's a lot of reasons to like the Kestrel, but it's probably overkill for most people, especially being $300 is a little bit nuts. So, anyway, curious your thoughts about timers, guys. Maybe there's something better than the Kestrel out there that I'm missing.